as a 10-year-old kid, did you feel that you were invisible?
I had a massive imagination and I spent a lot of time in it. I grew up in a family business.
Mm-hmm.
My father and my grandfather sold guitars. And it was growing up in any kind of family business when it was retail. You either have a great week or you have a bad week. So my family life was kind of amazing and rock and roll and cool, but also turbulent. And I think invisible is it depended what scenario. I think my dad and my granddad were like superheroes to me. They were so cool, and it was all about music and all about rock music, and I only wished I could be as cool as them. But I didn't want to do what they wanted to do. Mm. I didn't want to sell things. I wanted to play them. And I think when you grow up in a musical family like that, there was always so many opinions placed in, and it was almost like you won't make it because everyone that worked in that shop with him tried and didn't do it. So I was almost very lucky to have to be exposed to great music from very young, like Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and Muddy Waters and the Stone Roses and the real good shit. You know, I got it filtered. But it was also strange because I was dissuaded from pursuing a career in it because I'm from a small town in the north of England, and no one really makes it if you try.
But when you were going through this, did you feel loved?
I did, yeah. I always felt love from my mother and father. You know, I felt like sometimes when they fought a lot, and if you kind of look at if you know the press, I had a little bit of a turbulent upbringing with my mother and father's relationship, but they always loved us. But they had problems with each other. And so did my family had problems with each other because, again, in the nature of a family business, when you work together, when everything is good one week and everything is almost bankrupt the next week, it's very turbulent and very, there's no boundaries. It's chaos, which I love, but I also, I had a very strange relationship with love because my mother and father were two characters that I believe I'd never seen anybody love each other harder or hurt each other harder than my mother and father. So love was a strange concept to me, but I always felt loved by them.
What about your childhood?
Yeah.
What part of your childhood you would want to forget?
No. I would say probably my relationship with some teachers. I remember on close day, first time I came in, I wore nail polish to school because I'd seen Kurt Cobain or Robert Smith and I wanted to be in a rock band. And I remember my teacher in front of the whole class was like, boys don't wear nail polish. And I remember I feel like I still to this day feel like I've been hit in the gut because public humiliation out of fear of the unknown is the most damaging thing to a child, I think. And I had that a lot because I was loud. I was wearing my abnormality loudly. And I was wearing my sense of imagination. And from where I was from, a small town in the north of England, people didn't like that. So, but it's very interesting now you say, would I want to forget it? Would I be who I am now if I could? Probably not.
True.
So I hated it, but it probably
made you who you are.
Made me who I am and kind of gave me a sense of defiance, and it gave me a foundation of inspiration to become an artist off the back of.
Do you think now that people like you, people love you, you have a voice, you're able to express, now that you're becoming a star, then you do more to define norms because your teacher at one point tried to put you in a box?
I believe it stemmed everything. I mean, art is pain, you know. I think that's where you pull from. You either pull from a source of energy, you pull from emotion. So I think ultimately it started there. My art started from pain and rejection and a place of unbandaged scars, unbandaged cuts in the center of my gut. You know, that's where it started from. And now that I have a fan base, does it heal that? No, but it makes me feel like I'm a part of something. So, you know what I'm saying? I think like now I sit here in this place and people ask me a question like, do you feel better? I'm like, not necessarily, because when I look at my phone and 50% of 20,000 comments are telling me that I'm a cunt or that I'm fat or that I should give up or that I should stop singing, it doesn't hurt any less. However, now I have a community and I belong somewhere. I feel like it doesn't matter as much. You know what I mean? I ain't alone in that feeling of rejection or isolation. I'm kind of a part of it with others, and that's cool.
Does that make the pain lesser?
No, but it makes you... It makes it affect you less.
थैंक यू सो मच ये क्लिप एंड तक देखने के लिए. अगर आपको और भी ऐसी क्लिप्स देखनी है तो राज शमानी क्लिप्स चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए.